All I can think of with gingerbread cookies is just the gingerbread man from Shrek going, "Eat me!" That's what this popcorn is saying to me. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Jacy and happy Vlogmas. In this episode, we are going to decorate my mini tree and I'll show you all of the work that I've done so far in my apartment. So my tree is done with the exception of I need to get more lights in the center here because I don't know if there was a short fuse or if it was just broken and that's why it was on the side of the road, which spoiler alert if you haven't seen that. This is where I got this tree. So I need to get some lights for that. Let me show you else. What?
So here's my tree setup, Harry Potter themed of course, with a Hedwig on top. Hi Hedwig, hi Hedwig. So where my tree is, I used to have this bench right here, but also a big fake plant behind it. Obviously that would clash with the Christmas tree. So I had to move it over here to my living room, like kind of behind my living room table. And now it kind of clashes with that plant, but it's kind of too big to put anywhere else. But I don't know, because I was going for a snowy Christmas and now this just looks like a tropical Christmas. So I'm thinking about moving that to my room. Not sure, not sure. And then one other thing I noticed, look at that lovely stock photo that's on my Google Chrome page. But one other thing I noticed is I don't have a stocking.
So I thought, well, I live alone. Why do I need a stocking? But then I'm like, oh, it would be kind of cute if I did get like a blue Ravenclaw stocking. But then just one stocking kind of hanging would be really weird. And I don't have a mantle or a fireplace. I don't know. Comment down below if you think I should get a stocking or if you think stockings are overrated and pointless if you're not even gonna put things inside of them Christmas morning. Let me know, let me know. Hang on, I gotta show this to you guys. So I was at Sprouts and I found Skinny Pop Gingerbread Popcorn. And I had to get it. It looked so good. Everybody that I've shown it to thinks it sounds gross, but I'm like, caramel corn is sweet popcorn, like, and I've had cinnamon sugar popcorn. This is just sweet popcorn. This sounds bomb. Smells, wait, that smells like something. Oh, you know what this smells like and it's probably gonna taste like? Do you guys remember those like rice cracker snacks? They came in a bag like this, but they were circular and they had like cheddar and ranch, but they also had sweet flavors like cinnamon. This smells like that. And tastes like that. I'm not really getting the gingerbread coming through. I can sense the sugar and the cinnamon, but the gingerbread flavor really needs to hit harder for it to be called gingerbread popcorn. That was my chopped judge impression. But this popcorn would have stayed another round, I think. It's pretty good. It's kind of subtle. It's not gingerbread cookie enough to wow me. Not bad, not bad. Oh, how am I doing, you ask? Oh, man. That explains it. I ordered a new lens coming in, so that's exciting. It should be more wide angle so I can get you guys closer to my face, but it hasn't come yet. It's like 9 o'clock at night right now, and it says it'll be here by 10. So Amazon, you have 1 hour to get me my lens because I'm excited to use that. But other than that, just trucking along with Vlogmas, trying to keep up with my regular work and trying to make sure I'm not alienating all my friends and family during this crazy holiday season. So staying safe, staying busy, eating popcorn. Check out this establishing shot. Look how smart I am. I Google casted a fireplace onto the TV for ambiance. Although the crackling noises are kind of aggressive. Let me turn it down. All right, I got my popcorn. I made myself a nice chai tea latte. Ooh, it's hot. And we're gonna decorate this mini tree. So I got this mini tree from Goodwill this summer. It was one of those things where in July, I didn't think, you know what, I need a white Christmas tree right now. But I knew that I'd be grateful I got it come Christmas time. And I am, because now I have a little tree to put in my room. So before I put the ornaments on the tree, I wanted to share with you guys some meaningful ornaments that I have. So a little bit about me. I recently moved to LA this summer, but that's because I actually wanted to move to New York City, but because of the pandemic, it didn't really make sense to kind of just leave my job and move somewhere new. Ow. Popcorn. But instead I was able to move to LA and still kind of live a new cool city life. But while I was preparing for New York, I had always planned to have a mini tree because I expected to have a bunch of roommates, a tiny room, and not a space to myself. So because of that, I had been collecting keychains to use as ornaments someday because I knew I'd have a small tree and couldn't really have big, meaningful ornaments. So I'm going to show you some of those. So the first one I have is a little keychain from Puerto Rico. So last year I went to Puerto Rico with my mom, my sister, my aunt, my uncle, and my sister's fiance and his family because he is actually from Puerto Rico. So that was an incredible trip because we were really able to kind of tour Puerto Rico as tourists and plan their wedding, but also able to see the more authentic and indigenous side because Julio and his family were able to take us to their other family members that still live on the island and show us around, show us all the local spots, tell us more about the history, and just really learn a lot more about the Puerto Rican culture. So that was a really cool vacation. It was also meaningful because it was the last vacation I took with my Uncle John before he unfortunately passed away recently this year. So that was a very memorable trip because we got a lot of good photos, had a lot of good laughs, and it was just very memorable. So I really like this keychain because it reminds me of that trip to Puerto Rico, planning my sister's wedding and remembering Uncle John. So last January, I had actually visited New York for the first time to visit my sister and her fiance as well as my uncle out there. And I absolutely fell in love with the city. It was the first time where I was like, I'm moving here, I love it here, no questions asked sort of thing. And kind of that one trip is all it took. I really think I will move to New York someday. It's just not in the cards right now. But while I was there, I had to, of course, get a little New York ornament. So this one was really cool. This was a fun trip. You know, we saw a couple shows, we went to a rooftop bar and had champagne, and we were really there to celebrate my sister, who again had just gotten engaged. And it was just a fun mother-daughter trip. It was just us girls, and it was so fun to explore the city and just kind of envision myself living there someday. So I really liked that trip. Another ornament I have is this funny Sasquatch Oregon ornament. I visited Oregon last year with my coworker and friend Alejandra. We visited Portland where she actually went to college and she had just been really missing the area, so I went with her. We stayed in this really fun pineapple themed hotel. It was super fun to just take pictures in there all day, but also explore the city, you know, go bar hopping, try lots of food, and visit her alumni at Portland State University. So that was a super fun girls trip. I had to document it because that was my first time going to Oregon, and Oregon is known for being the viewing place of Sasquatch, so I had to get a Sasquatch themed ornament. So I love this one. Happy I got it. The last meaningful ornament I have, it says Jacy and it says Maid of Honor. So this is how my sister asked me to be her Maid of Honor, even though we both knew that I was going to be her Maid of Honor regardless. And what's funny about this is that she meant to give it to me on Christmas, but it came so late that she had to give it to me in like late January. So I couldn't even put it up on a regular tree, let alone a tree that I had up that year. But I really love this one because being her Maid of Honor was such a fun experience. You know, she's my only sister, and even though she's getting a second wedding next year for her Puerto Rico wedding and she only had this mini ceremony, it was just so cool watching her and Julio share their love together. I have a video of me getting ready for their wedding and just kind of like sharing in that emotional experience. So I love my sister and I love this ornament. So this is probably my favorite ornament that I have. So that's it for my personal mini ornaments. I do plan on collecting ornaments as I travel more. I had a big plan to go to a lot of places this year, but you know, COVID happened and it just doesn't make sense to travel. But I will be collecting more little keychains and mini ornaments for this tree as I grow into it and I'm able to travel more. So I'm excited to get this tree filled up with more meaningful ornaments. But in the meantime, I do have some other mini ornaments. These are from Target, but I got them from Goodwill for $3.99 apparently. And I also got it this summer because again, it was just a gift to my future self that I knew I'd be grateful for. You know, I've been doing that in a lot of my videos, giving like gifts to my future self. That's like self-care. So good looking out, past Jacy, because I'm glad we have these. So let me put these ornaments on and then I'll take it to my bedroom.
All right, so here's a look at my bedroom. I have a full-length mirror, a shelf up there. As you can see, I have some pink accents in my room, so that's why this is themed pink for this mini tree. But right now I have this little poof, so I'm thinking I'm just gonna move that and put the tree here.
So my mini tree is done. It's got cute golden accents and pink accents just like my room, so it matches very adorably. I also got this mini tree skirt from Target to match as well. Was it absolutely necessary to get a mini tree skirt? Considering how cheap I am, no. Does it bring me some ounces of serotonin after a crazy, crazy year? Yes. But that's going to be it for me, guys, from me and my mini tree. So thank you so much for watching. If you'd like to follow along in more future Vlogmas episodes, then make sure to like and subscribe so you can come hang out with me again. But I thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Toodles! Ah. You okay? Why the hell? Chestnuts roasting on an open fire. Jack Frost is nipping at your nose. That wasn't the note. Ow! Golly! Wait, does the tree look like it's my hat? Kind of. Good enough.